Hello, and welcome to Chitchatting with Chuck, brought to you by Solidarity Strategies, where Brown consultants matter. Welcome back to Chitchatting with Chuck, our Independence Day spectacular. It's Independence Day in the nation's capital, and we are celebrating our independence. And guess why we're celebrating? We're celebrating because it's Independence Day, it's the birth of our nation, and we've been out protesting. That's right, there were protests all over the country. There were 30,000 people that showed up in Washington, D.C. in 95-degree heat to put families back together. Yes, we're talking to you, Mr. President. We need to find out where these kids are. Where are the children? There were people all over the country protesting. I mean, in little towns, in big towns. There were speakers from all over the country. There were important speakers. There were movie stars. There were politicians. Everybody come out because we're frustrated. We want to know where the children are, and it's time to put these families back together. And there were special speakers from all over the country that came to their local events or here in D.C., like America Ferrera. There were other guests and other speakers like Lin Manuel Miranda. Do we know Lin Manuel? Yeah, that guy, the one from Hamilton. You know, I have a lot of respect for Lin Manuel, and this is why. There's lots of folks who've made lots of money doing things like making movies, making Broadway musicals that become smash hits about immigrants and American history. Well, that guy, this guy, he's never forgotten where he came from. Literally, he's in the room where it happens, and guess what he's doing? He's taking all of us and he's dragging us in the room where it happens as well and letting his voice be heard. For that, much props. Here at Solidarity Strategies, where Brown consultants matter, we lift up somebody like America and Lynn, who are out there speaking for us and speaking for Americans all over the country, finding out where these kids are. Let's get these kids back together. Speaking of getting kids back together, did you hear a federal judge gave a mandate to the Trump administration saying you've got 30 days to get these families back together, mandated by a federal judge. That's a big deal. That's not just Chuck Rocha standing up on the top of this building screaming at the White House like I do every night just for therapy, but also what we need to be doing by engaging Americans and getting them involved in this process. At no time, no matter what country are you from, should you be separated from your family. Think about it. America, we're better than this. We should be doing better at this. I want to lift up all the families and all the people that protested. There was even a protest in little Key Largo, Florida. That's right, down at the southernmost tip of America, where our good buddy Steve Friedman, who's running for state rep, had their own little protest. I talked to Steve this morning, and he told me that a neo-Nazi showed up, a white supremacist, at the rally. Ain't that crazy? At what point did it become socially acceptable for a Nazi to show up at a bringing families back together? This is what we've created in America. We are better than this. Shout out to Steve and all the good Democrats down in Key Largo. Thank you for standing with all of us. Let's talk about something different. Let's end this special on a positive note. Let's talk about, has there been any elections? There were no big primaries this week. We talked about that last week. But there was a national election in Mexico. And guess who got elected? Boom, this guy. They call him the Mexican Bernie. You know what his name is? Wait. I've been practicing this name all day long. His name is Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador. Or Obrador. It's like Labrador. Obrador. How many names does Mexicans need? Like, we need a whole bunch of names. Don't forget about your mama's name. Don't forget about your daddy's name. But this guy, he's going to be the president. I like this guy. I think that he's running from the left. He was elected from the left, and yeah, everybody wants to say he's the Mexican Bernie. Everybody knows I'm the Mexican Bernie. He's not the Mexican Bernie, but he has opened up the country. He's opened up the country to think about what could be possible. More people showed up that had ever voted before. It was a democratic process. Of course, he's running against corruption, but what Mexican politician doesn't run against corruption? We want to wish him all the best. And we think that Andres Manuel has every shot of being a great Mexican president. We want to wish him the best from this little brown firm here in Washington, D.C., especially if he can end the corruption and probably give our buddy over at the White House a little something to think about. Well, thank you for joining us for our 4th of July Spectacular. No matter where you're at in America this week, if you're having your hot dog, if you're cooking out, if with your family, think about the troops overseas and the people who are fighting for our freedom every day, and thank them and the sacrifices that they're making so we can all be free. And until next time, we'll see you.